Action! And welcome back to Bleacher Bum TV, episode 22. 22. We've made it this far in the season. There's about 16 games left in the Cubs season at time of recording. And when I say about 16, I mean exactly 16. So round of applause to all of us for making it this far, guys. 146 games. Who saw that one coming? I did. Why? Because I made the commitment to you guys at the start of the season we'd be here every week. We are. As we say in the Barstool Chicago office all the time, we out here. Danny Lance on the ones and twos, as always, live studio audience. Thank you guys for showing up this week. Seriously, thank you. Thank you. We've grinded. We've grinded the entire season. They're not a good team. I told you they wouldn't be a good team. There'd be some flashes there, some moments. We'd try to get optimistic. We had Jake Arrieta in here last week, business partner on Starting Nine. Great show. Go check that out. But for purposes of right now, Bleacher Bum TV, I just want to emphasize a guy that's gone out, won it, done it, rebuilt it, and then was the absolute best to do it for the Cubs at the time. It's pretty reassuring to hear that maybe the turnaround isn't going to take as long as we'd expect. And there's some news that starts to come out. Carlos Rodon could have interest. Trey Turner could be a good fit. You start to hear the stories percolate, and as we get in the offseason, I think there's going to be plenty of stuff for us to get excited about. And I'll be back next week with my top moments of the season. But for now, there is something that is kind of, I don't know how to handle this. If I say it's sentimental or it's important to me, something that I think is cool. But away from baseball, Chicago hosted a large international event this week, the Live Golf event. A lot of eyes, a lot of new people in Chicago. I got a chance to talk to some people that were traveling in town. And the appreciation outsiders have for Wrigley Field. And how mad these people were that they couldn't go to a game, or the people that did get in early and were like, how are there still 36,000? What a special place. And when we got done cutting Bleacher Bum TV last week, Jake was like, dude, I like talking about this so much. Can we just go walk by Wrigley? And just walking around the field with him, talking to people, getting the sense of that place, that does deserve better. Wrigley Field does deserve better. But we should congratulate ourselves in some extent. There's still 36,000 every single game. Now, the question is, what does Tom Ricketts do with that loyalty? And that's the big question for Tom Ricketts moving forward. You've built it up. We're still going to show up. People are still going to that place. That is an absolute federal landmark, and we're going to it, Tom. You know it. Now, can we get a good product? Can you please go spend some money where it makes sense, build up the guys that we've talked about all year long? And to be honest with you, I'm significantly more optimistic about the offseason than I could have possibly anticipated at any point in this year. Do you believe me? I'm fucking telling the truth. You just see me wandering the halls and say, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What do you think we're talking about? Of course, Cubs. Of course. We love the Cubs. Almost too much. Almost to the point where I am a sucker. I am a sucker for what I do to myself. And you watching this may agree, you may feel in the same boat, and that's fine. We're in this together. I sincerely believe over the next 5 years, the Cubs are in a better position to win than everybody else in the division, except for maybe the Cardinals. Do I sincerely believe that? I don't know. How about Jed Hoyer goes and builds me a team so I go stand here and run my mouth? If I'm willing to do it right now, imagine if we do have the talent and the pieces. It feels pretty good, right? Doesn't it? We want to be optimistic. And that's coming from a Chicago Bears fan. And that's why I want to transition to, this is a special Bleacher Bum TV. Interactive, if we will. Last week, talk beef kits. You saw me catch it. Cut to the catch.
What do you say?
You told me one hand. Good grab. I asked you guys, show me your baptisms this week. Bears versus Packers, Sunday Night Football was the biggest matchup of the year. Everybody's so excited for this game. Went to Lambeau, got killed. Doesn't matter, though. You guys delivered. You guys delivered on the baptisms. This is one of my favorite parts of this job, is getting you guys to send me stuff, and then we get to repurpose it and show it. So without further ado, to wind down Bleacher Bum TV in the 2022 season, here's a special segment cooked up by me and Danny Lance. We're power ranking the best beef kit baptisms from this weekend. That's right, the absolute best baptisms, starting with number 5.
Baptism number 5.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Bears. Bear down. Go Bears.
Simple, elegant, classic, good bay leaf distribution. And when we say baptism, what are we talking about? We're invoking some sort of religious authority. I don't know. I know that this baptism started with, in the name of the Father, the Son, and of course, bear down. We like that. Now let's get to number 4. Let's get to a little more theater.
Baptism number 4.
I didn't think that Bay Leaf was going to make it. That second one was struggling there for a second. Of course, a touch with the Miller Lite at the end. Guys, spice it up as much as you want. This is your beef kit. This is your opportunity to get creative on a Sunday. With that, let's get a little bit more serious one more time. Let's take it to beef number 3.
Baptism number 3.
Because you can get that sort of caramelized butter thing going when you spread butter on it. I apologize to all of the but you can only get toast in the store. It is written. Okay,
Bear down.
All business. Little news playing in the background. You see the product placement. Did I miss? No, I didn't. I saw the hot jarred up front. Can you just zoom in on that for a second? Pull it up. There's hot jarred there. This is a guy who's mixing the mezzo with the hot, seasoning on the right, with the Bears crock pot. This is a man who means business. This is a guy who will not be let down by shoddy quarterback play. That being said, let's get to number 2. Let's get to somebody who's going to have their heart broken repeatedly. This is somebody who loves a good baptism.
Baptism number 2.
Candlesticks in the kitchen, always get a big signed steel stamp of approval from me. And with that, let's get to the number 1 beef baptism from this Sunday. One of the most gorgeous things I've ever witnessed. I felt like I was walking into Hallis Hall for a special event. I wasn't. I was just in this guy's kitchen getting ready to eat some beef. Take it away.
Baptism number 1.
Did I see an orange Moose jersey there? And a Grossman? Finished with a Peyton? Like, that's what we're talking about. And I think it was like a coil electric stovetop. Guy's just out there grinding. He's like, I'm going to update the stove this year, honey. Wait a second. There's a sick, authentic Walter Payton jersey for sale. I'm just going to get that instead. You know, that guy's just been doing that every year. And it doesn't matter. Why? Because the electric coil still works for a great baptism. Don't those put you in a good mood? Because you know, everybody, when they're pouring the broth over the beef, everybody has that same excitement where it's like, man, it's going to be ready in 6 hours, 7 hours, right for kickoff. The bread's going to be fresh. The spices, the jarred, it's all delicious. TasteRealChicago.com. We got beef kits in stock all football season, all ready to go, all through MLB playoffs, all through Cubs off-season moves. We go sign these guys. Everybody celebrate. Go home, make a beef. There is one baptism, though, I'd be remiss not to include. Now, I will say you're a schmuck for not using a beef kit because I know when the beef kit's not being used. Guys say, how do you have an eye for that? It's not an eye. It's a sniff test, okay? And this guy didn't pass the sniff test. Neither did his buddies, but goddamn, this is a baptism. Let this be a lesson, okay? Anybody who wants to raise the bar, anybody who wants to catch our attention, get the boys together, little T formation, take that beef home. Guys, unbelievable baptism. Take it away. Last one, honorable mention, even though it's a disqualification because you're not using the fucking product. Show the whole thing.
Honorable mention. Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen, it is time for the T formation. In the name of the Ditka, the Hallis, and the Walter Payton, we commence this baptism.
Bear down.
Bear down.
Unbelievable. And they're not even good. I mean, maybe they are. They're 1-1. They're tying the division, but we're not here to talk about the Bears. If we could take that energy and spirit, camaraderie, community feeling of getting up in the morning and being like, we got to make the beast so the Bears win, I think the Cubs could be onto something. We don't have that sense of community yet. Why? They've pissed it away. Had they? Do you think they have? Yeah! Fuck yeah! But that's okay, because we're loyal. We're going to be back. They're going to go make some moves. You guys are going to go make some moves. Go have a beef. Go watch some baptisms. Am I as weird as I feel? I just power rank men pouring broth over raw meat. I fucking did, because this is Bleacher Bum TV. This is Barstool Chicago. It's my show. It's Danny Lance, live studio episode number 22. We'll be back next week for our last episode of the season. Fitting, 23. Kidding me? Do 23 anything in Chicago. It's good stuff. We love 23 around here. Until next time, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go check out all our content. Go listen to Starting 9 too. J.K. Manning, he's a great guy, right? Yeah. I'm not asking you. I'm fucking telling you. Until next time, hey, how you doing?